What's going on, everyone? So I wanted to kind of go and start going over all of the players on the Lakers leading into the back half of the season. Obviously, it's not really the back half of the season because there's only 30 games left, but it's usually what it's referred to. And I wanted to kind of talk about everyone's progress from the start of the season to now and kind of their impact on this team. And I want to start with Dalton Knecht because who knows if he's still going to be on the team or not, right? Obviously, we're waiting on the Charlotte Hornets and the Lakers kind of trade scenario, if that gets worked out or not. But in the meantime, I thought good place to start is let's talk about the rookie, right? Because he has been very good. He has been incredibly impactful. Obviously, the circumstances of the trade, you saw it affected him. It hurt him, right? But I don't really want to touch on that. I want to talk about his just production. Now, he's a guy that I still would love to keep long term. I do think that they probably are going to trade him at some point, especially now given the circumstances. But he's a guy that makes a ton of sense alongside LeBron, and now especially Luka long term, 23 years old, right? He is older for a rookie, but you can see the type of player that he is. I do think he's probably never going to be more, at least on the Lakers, more than just like a catch and shoot, spot up 3-point shooter, right? Can on occasion take guys off the dribble and stuff like that. I'm not saying that that's all he can do as a player. I'm talking about his role on the Lakers, right? Because he's gonna have LeBron and Luka for the next who knows how many years, and then even when LeBron leaves, he's still gonna have Luka, right? Assuming he stays on the Lakers, right? So he's never gonna get, more likely than not, the on-ball opportunities and the ability to self-create. I would love to see it because we've seen his ability to do that. We've seen him be able to self-create, even make plays for others. We've seen his ability to put the ball on the deck, get to his spots, operate in the mid-range, beat guys off the dribble, get to the basket. Definitely needs to work on his finishing at the rim and particularly finishing through contact. But he is a guy that we've seen be able to essentially be a 3-level scorer out there. Legitimately. Him being able to shoot over the top, stop on a dime, elevate, knock down the mid-range from pretty much anywhere. His midi is butter, right? His ability to shoot the 3 ball. And that was one of the things when we drafted Dalton Knecht, I really was excited about his mid-range. Talked about it in particular come playoff time, right? The thing that makes him so valuable, outside of just being a guy that can just light it up and just needs to see one go and all of a sudden it's night, right? It's his ability to get to his spots in the mid-range, use his athleticism because he's very athletic. He's got excellent foot speed, right? He's very quick, agile, and athletic. He's a guy that I could see if given the opportunity, which is, if I'm being honest, for his sake, I would love to see him on the Hornets, right? Talked about it with Max Christie. I was incredibly high on Max Christie, even when people were super low, right? I was a real believer in Max Christie. And you're seeing him on Dallas he's been averaging like 17 a game since he got to Dallas, right? And is looking like a legit two-way guy, and he's getting the opportunity to self-create. He's getting the opportunity to be the guy that I thought he would be. But he was probably never going to get that on the Lakers, or at least not for a long time. And I kind of feel the same way about Dalton Knecht, right? Defensively, and we'll touch here more on his stats and then him just offensively, but defensively, he is terrible. He's not good at all, right? He's a liability when he's not hitting shots. He's a rookie. He's young. He's inexperienced. But he has the tools to actually be an elite defensive player. He's long, he's lengthy, he's hyper athletic. I mean, the guy can get up. The guy has excellent lateral movement. The guy has all the tools you want for a defensive player, for him to be a guy. He's got good size at 6'6", 6'6", 6'7". He's a guy that has everything. He's got a 6'9" wingspan even, right? So he's long, he's lengthy, he's athletic, he can jump up. If whether it's the Lakers or another team, if they can get him to hone in and really focus on the defensive side of things, this guy could be a legit kind of two-way, 3-and-D style, guard forward. And his versatility to be able to play the two, which I've always maintained. I like him better at the 2. I just think him as a bigger 2, with his athleticism, with his foot speed, with his size and his length, I do think would make things easier, particularly on the defensive side. Because think of most 2 guards, right? Usually it's the point guard that's the problem. Like the days of like the elite 2 guards, there's just not really those out there. It's usually like the point guards, combo guards type guys. So I just think Dalton Knecht would be able to hold his own better on the defensive side. But offensively, right, is where he's the bread and butter. We've seen him. He's one of those rare guys that he could go 0 of 4, and then you look up and he's 6 of 10. And you're like, wow, like, dude, he was 0 of 4. He shot 60% from 3. Because he just needs to see 1. He gets 1 to go, that's it. He's cooking, right? He gets 1 3 to go. It's night. And he has the potential to completely change the course of a game and completely just win you a game by himself. We've seen it. We've seen it at every level, from college to summer league to preseason to regular season. He's a guy that just on any given moment, he becomes a threat. He hits one, then another one, then another one, then another one. And, you look at this season, right, to get into his stats, he's averaging just under 21 minutes per game, 20.6 to be exact. He's averaging 7.3 attempts per game. He's shooting 46.4% from the field. He's shooting 36% on the dot from 3-point range. He started the season, and he's had the roller coaster this year. He's had the rookie season, right? Like, he's had a stretch. I mean, he started the season, like, just lights out. I mean, the guy couldn't miss, right? I mean, he was shooting at one point, like, 46% from 3-point range, and we were, like, 20 games in, and the guy was just lights out. And then he just hit that block, right? And he just had this stretch where he couldn't buy a 3 or buy a bucket to save his life. It happens. That's why I wasn't very critical of him. That's why I defended him a lot, right? Because he's a rookie. It's going to happen. I mean, Steph had like a 5-game stretch and had probably the worst game ever by a superstar. Not that long ago, right? Like, but it's part of the game. Like, when you're a shooter, and especially like that's like primarily your role, you're going to have those bad stretches. But to shoot 36% from 3-point range on 4.5 attempts as a rookie is very good. It's very good. By like league standards, I mean, league average is like 36%. So the fact that he's shooting that as a rookie, he's only going to get more comfortable. He's going to be probably a 40% career 3-point shooter once he gets to being the guy that we know. He's also shooting 63% from 2-point range, because most of it is just like dunks. Like, he's really good at beating guys on the back door and just being the slip man. Like, his athleticism and foot speed is going to make him very valuable for a playmaker, which is why I really like him alongside Luka. If he could just like figure out the defense and just not even be elite, but just be a good defensive player, right? Just good. Hold your own, right? Like, he makes a world of sense alongside Luka, because he's a guy that can just be that lob threat that Luka loves, be that backdoor cutter that Luka loves, be a just dead-eye shooter that Luka loves, right? Like, he makes a world of sense long-term alongside Luka. But the problem is that, again, like I said, I don't think he'll ever get to see his true potential. And I don't know if he'll be the level of defender we need him to be, as well as I just think that they're probably going to trade him in the offseason. That's just me. Again, I would love to keep him on term, fine. But also rebounding and other things, to kind of stick with the stats here. He's averaging 3 rebounds, an assist, half a steal. I'll be nice and round it up to half a block, 9.4 points. Again, as a rookie. He's a guy that I really do think, in the right situation, right environment, I hope that it's the Lakers still. But even if not, in the right situation, right environment, he's a guy that I absolutely can see being a huge just piece for any team. right? I think he's a guy that can really be very significant and impactful. And a guy, like I said, a guy that can just completely change a game for you. He's a guy that, things could be looking bleak and man, we're down 15 and this is going to be an L on this is going to be an L on the board, right? And then Knecht enters the game and he just goes up, right? Very few guys in the league that can do that and do it pretty regularly, right? Like, there's guys you've heard that just have like Luke Kennard just has like some monster game one night, but then like it's like, he has like 2 of those over his career, right? No, Knecht's had like several of those like this season. I mean, he almost had a 40-point game this season, right? Just shooting the lights out. Not very many guys that could do that, period. Now, I have talked about, I do think it's easier to find a guy like Knecht, just a sharpshooter. I'm not saying that's all he is. I just think that's all he's probably ever going to be on the Lakers. So that's why I'm not against trading him. Because, like, if we didn't have Luka and LeBron and we were a rebuilding team, I'd be like, absolutely not. You do not trade this guy no matter what. Or if we had Anthony Davis only, like, say LeBron retired or whatever, and we were building around Anthony, absolutely, you keep Dalton Knecht by any means necessary, right? Like, but I just think alongside Luka, he's never going to get the opportunity to be the guy and be, a main scoring option and scoring threat. And I don't think, I'm not confident him, at least yet. Who knows? Maybe that changes over the years. But at least right now, in the, 52 games we've played, I'm not confident in him becoming a top defensive guy. Not overall in the league. I'm just talking in general, like a good enough defensive player to where I think you can justify him slotting alongside on a nightly basis. So I'd like to see him go to, a place where he gets that and gets that growth and development and potential. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. What do you think and what do you make of, just Dalton Knecht and what he's done for the Lakers in this season? I'd love to hear it. Either way, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. As we enjoy these types of videos, truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.